Welcome to the movie trivia Schmoedown analysis. I'm your host, as always, Oswald Pendulbury. But before we enter the week of weeks in terms of Schmoedown competition, the gargantuan event that will be the Collider Collision, let us take a look at the past few matches that were in the Schmoedown. First, we had Matt Avatici against James Franco's cousin. This was an odd match, as there was a curious amount of general film knowledge, with a general lack of more obscure elements. This left Avatici without his ace in the hole, as he missed several questions, giving a rather rotten performance overall, if you will. Not a stellar debut, unfortunately, for such an impressive team player. The Franco fellow, on the other hand, performed beautifully, like a well-oiled machine, missing only a single question before earning a TKO. Though I expect the late-to-the-box social members may have long absences from Schmoedown, this was a notable debut that would be worthy of the real James Franco. Following that, we had a retirement match of the Tough Beats, veteran Johnny Vajko and Barry Nemiroff, against 6 Degrees with Stacey Howard and Brianne Chandler. Well, Miss Nemiroff's final rap was but a requiem for the Tough Beats, who were on a slow decline after their initial upset against Sam Levine and a Jeopardy champion, Brad White Rutter. It appears in the end that match indicated more of the latter team's lack of strength than the strengths of the Tough Beats, who have lost all their matches since, including this one. This was not an exceptional match for them, as they made a critical error in the wheel around by using the opponent's choice of releases, though I will grant they probably expected far more obscure questions. It is also worth noting the stellar performance of the 6 Degrees ladies, who have performed like they never have before. Their shift to heels has only benefited them, for whatever reason. It has tapped in their inner evil geniuses for movie trivia. The match went as expected, confirming the end of the Tough Beats and the possible rise of the 6 Degrees, but it also delivered the notable entrances of both, as I also expected. Both once again proved to be P.T. Barnum's Tough Beats, with their Billy Madison tribute was a final bow, though, but I wish both Vojtko and Nemiroff the very best in their future endeavors. Finally, we had the match of the two top-tier tenders of Clark Wolf and Mark Ellis, though I would question Wolf's higher ranking before the match, given Ellis had the greater record, and even after the match, they merely have the same record. But I digress. This was an interesting foray into two near champions going at it in what could be described as an expert match, due to the obscurity in a few of the questions in round 2. I mean, come on, sidekick of National Treasure, I'm quite sure that was only written for its multiple choice to include several names of Collider people, which would have been rather misspent if Miss Wolf had known the answer offhand. There were several obscure questions, though, other than National Treasure, not entirely impossible. Mark Ellis, who is almost a wolf in sheep's clothing himself, unfortunately gave one of his worst Schmoedown performances here, losing on some difficult but not impossible questions in the 3rd round. This could be the mere continuation of a cold streak for baby carrots, but hopefully not. Miss Wolf, on the other hand, has bounced back once again, though I ponder if she will ever make that next step to the real goal. Now on to predictions, where we have it such a smashing weeks, starting with the July 4th barn burner of the team champs, the Patriots, against former champs Team Top 10. I won't beat around the mulberry bush. This match comes down to one man, Matt Nost. If Teams Matt Nost arrives to the Schmoedown, we will have a clean victory for Top 10. If singles Matt Nost shows up, which he did in their last match with the Patriots, the victory will go to Team Patriots, or as Matt Nost correctly refers them as, Team Communist. Hopefully, Team Nost will appear and conquer the false Americans, and the true Americans will win the day, and hopefully they will recite the legendary presidential speech of Independence Day before the match. Now, before we move on to the Collider Collision, let's have a brief intermission where there will be what should be the proper intro for the so-called Team Patriots.
They are the 2016 Team of the Year and the reigning, defending, undefeated, undisputed Team Champions, Jeff, Snyder, and Little Evil.
This is the
Patriots.
Love is a strong word. Hate might be a more accurate one.
Rubbing the belts and
literally rubbing it in Scott Manson's face. At least you remembered him this time. At least you remembered.
Wow.
The unclapped.
And we're back to the potential black hole Earth-destroying collider collision, which includes 2 top contender matches and 2 title bouts. Top contenders team match consists of Nerds Watch versus Rotten Tomatoes, whose victory against IGN was through a mere technical foul. It is with that in mind that I would quite quickly predict Nerds Watch to take the victory here. The Nerds Watch would Knapsack and Rachel Cushing are tighter than a Swiss watch, as it provides such a elegant balance, a ballet if you will, with Cushing having that all-important knowledge of classics, and Knapsack being well aware of some of the most obscure nerd questions. Again, this is against Rotten Tomatoes, where Matt SG has just come off a loss, and Grey Drake has always been considered the secondary member of the team. As matches have gone, Knapsack has proven a better second than Drake, and while Adichie has that most obscure knowledge, Cushing perhaps has even stronger general film knowledge. That ought to leave the Nerds Watch to crush the Tomatoes. Top singles match will be of Jeff Snyder versus Christian Harloff, who are both on incredible hot streaks. Harloff has not lost a singles match since his loss against John Roca in 2016, and Schneider has not lost a match since his loss to Chris Stuckman. Both are in prime form. Though it would be worth noting Schneider could be either a 3-time belt defender or a recently defeated champion, depending on how the previously aforementioned match proceeds. The nature of this match becomes all the more compelling when it becomes evident Schneider and Harloff both have more or less similar strengths, in that both are quite astute, yet both have clear blind spots as well. Barring an obscure set of questions, this could be an all-time high-score match between the two. At the very least, this ought to be a clash of the titans. The 1981 version, of course, not the rubbish remake. This, therefore, is a toss-up, but I'll lean towards Christian the Commish, Harloff just barely slicing off the head, the larger head, of the Hydra that is Team Patriots. Following that we have my favorite league, the inner geekdom of Jeremy Johns versus champ Hector Navarro. But I guess Johns will win because, okay, being an actual match rather than a fatal 5-way, this will put the pressure on both to reveal the true knowledge, and with that it would be a close match as Johns enters Ruben is surprisingly adapted competitor after his slightly started talk, and Navarro is a champ for a reason. Finally we have the top match for the belt, the singles belt, of course, between current champ Mark Riley and former champs Stan Merle and John Roca. I will assume this would be a bulk scoring match, as resetting elimination round would be a great disservice to all 3 players. I can foresee this match only going a single way, which will be Dan Merle, the true champion, destroying both the Outlaw and Riley. Merle, in his initial defeat of Riley and his 2 successful title defenses, won by crushing his opponent, whereas his only loss came from the painful 5-point miss, which on that note, Merle not knowing Joe Dante directed the Burbs isn't quite Herb Stempel not knowing Marty, but it is a bit like when Jeopardy champ Ken Jennings did not know H.R. Block, but I digress. Merle has all the qualities that will guarantee a victory. Dan Merle has all the qualities of a true champion, with his extensive knowledge and his ability to never buckle under pressure, as seen most recently in his performance in the Free-for-All, which was unparalleled. Even if he did not win overall, he won the most points and performed the best out of anyone. Merle has never committed a lackluster performance. He always fulfills his duties. Riley and Roca, on the other hand, will perform poorly under pressure at times, such as in Champions matches, and this being a fatal 3-way makes the pressure all the greater, as they not only want to win the overall, but also don't want to come in third. This will likely get to both of them, and this may create an easy victory for Merle. Hopefully the 2's nerves will stay with them long enough to at least make this a close match, and a proper send-off for the Collider collision. That is all for the movie trivia Schmoedown analysis. Thank you, and good night.